Welcome back to GTU. We are redefining what middle age looks like.
Joining us now to change our mindset is Mandy Shaw. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Okay, the beginning of the show, Dina said, what is considered middle age?
Okay, so when I looked it up, middle age is considered to be between 40 to 65. So it's a big range.
So all of us are in there,
yes,
right?
We're
smack dab in the middle of it. Did it scare you diving into that age group?
You know, I think that is kind of the point for me. I've always felt comfortable with every age that I have turned. So maybe my body has maybe not agreed with that as much. You know, you kind of start feeling like your old injuries catching up to you, maybe in your 40s, but as far as like mentality goes, like I've never really struggled because one of my favorite quotes is, inside of you is every age you've ever been. So we know what it's like to be 16. Yeah. We know what it's like to be 20. And I do own a dance studio, so I'm surrounded by teenagers all the time. So I kind of think they keep me young too.
Well, I agree with you, and I've so far haven't had an age crisis. I'm about to turn 42, and I think no one can help when they were born or how long you've been alive. So shouldn't we just be celebrating all that we've been through, all that we're learning, all of the milestones, our experiences we can pass on to others?
Absolutely.
All right, Dina, I'll be honest, because I did have a little bit of a 50-year-old age crisis. Like, I know you don't, and age has never done that for you, but I think this last birthday was tougher than I thought. And do you have a lot of people that say that to you?
Yes, well, I think that there is always this idea too. I remember, like, when I was younger, thinking when my mom was in her 40s that she was old. But I think that that's kind of society, and that's that was the conversation around getting older and stuff too. So, but I don't know, and it's interesting too, you see sometimes on social media, older people getting shamed by the younger generation for being old, and I'm like, hey, age evades no one. Everyone will age at some point. So you all will be 45 on Saturday.
How do we start to reframe that if a birthday is approaching and we do feel stress or we do feel the pressure? Like what would you say to somebody who's having that age crisis?
I think the first thing to do is, you know, I think sometimes too as we get older, some women start to hold weight in different places on their body, but instead of worrying about losing the weight, it's losing the weight of the pressure to have to fit into like society's idea of what a woman should look like, you know? So because we have life experience, you know, we have like these battle scars, I think that as you get older, you can embrace all that life taught you, what's really important too. So, but I think some of the ways that we can do that are starting off by investing in yourself. I think it's really easy to kind of get caught up in the child rearing stages of your life where your life sometimes is no longer about you, oftentimes, you know, and I think we can get really wrapped up in just taking care of our kids and becoming the caretaker that we abandon ourselves.
It becomes your identity, and rightfully so. There's so much of me that, I mean, I'm almost an empty nester, and I've had to switch my mindset of, okay, what is your purpose, right? That is your purpose for all those years. So now you get to have a new purpose and invest in yourself. You say sign your own permission slip. What does that mean?
That is the hardest thing, I think, for some women to do, is they fall into this trap of thinking, okay, well, now I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, my whole life needs to be built around that. Instead of, you've worked, right, for most of your life as a mother. My mom did too, and so I had that example to kind of model. And I think something that is so important too is for the younger generation to see us still having hobbies and dreams and goals, because we tell our kids, we're like, go to school, get an education, chase your dreams. But then sometimes it's like, oh, now you're a mother, stop all of it.
Yes, I think it's so important that they see us pursuing our passions and see us having successes. You also say we deserve to have a light that we shine on others, shining on us too.
Yes, it's kind of like putting on your own mask first. You know, so it's putting on your own mask first, taking care of yourself, and still having those passions and dreams and goals, and then everything else kind of falls into place too.
This is my favorite quote you sent in, and look at your big, fabulous family right there.
And I have one in heaven too. So.
I love that picture. And how happy you are, because you say life experience is a superpower. That's how you choose to look at aging.
Absolutely. And so as I mentioned to you earlier today too, I lost my second son to a brain tumor when he was 9 years old, and I remember after he passed away feeling just depleted and not really knowing where to turn. And I started off first by taking care of myself. You know, I put on my headphones and went for a walk, and that's where I started. So after that, I really tried to find what made me happy, in addition to my family, obviously, but like still finding ways that I was challenging myself and putting myself in situations where I was growing, because it's been proven that when we challenge ourselves and we're learning something new, we grow.
Mandy, you have overcome a lot, been through a lot. You have a lot to share and inspire other people with, and that's what it's all about. Your final thing is to forget age, because the best is still ahead.
Still to come. Give yourself the permission to live your life better, brighter, and bolder, and happier.
The Mandy Shaw is Instagram, and we were just going through it this morning and had such a good time looking at all your stuff. Our website is a great place for a link, abc4.com/GTU. You said your birthday's coming up.
On Saturday, I'll be 45.
Happy birthday.
Thank
Loud
you.
and proud.
March
Yes,
we love
Pisces.
it.
Yours is coming up too. Happy birthday, ladies. More GTU after this short break.